Stadium. It's game number 157 for the Red Sox, and all the talk of the season comes down to this: clinching the 2016 American League East pennant. The Red Sox can do that tonight if they win their 12th consecutive game, or if Toronto loses to Baltimore, then the Sox can pop the champagne and celebrate here in New York. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Yankee Stadium. Great to have you with us. Maybe a very special night here in the Bronx. Dave O'Brien alongside Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy. Garrett Austin will be with us in just a couple of moments. And the beauty of tonight, Jerry, is certainly this. It's not complicated. The Red Sox win. They win the pennant. It's that easy.
It is, and all they can do is just win tonight here at Yankee Stadium, you know. And the last couple of days, the off day yesterday, today, as a player, you're thinking about what's ahead of you and you know, the possibility of winning this ball game tonight and winning your division. That means a lot because in spring training, everybody goes in with a fresh attitude. Everybody knows, you know, they're expecting a big thing, a big year, and there are very few teams that have that big year. Well, the Red Sox have had it. They want to win this ball game tonight to win their division. That's very, very important to them. And then, of course, start the second season, go from there. But let's get this first one over with, pop some champagne in the clubhouse, have a little fun, enjoy a few days, get back to serious business after that. But this is a tremendous accomplishment for the Red Sox. Hopefully it happens here tonight.
Against the New York Yankees on Yankee soil. How about that? Well, David Price has the ball tonight, trying to make it 12 in a row for the Red Sox and 9 in a row for him personally. And, of course, a lot of talk about home field advantage. Right now, the Red Sox have the best record in the American League. Red Sox and the Yankees. Sox trying to celebrate tonight here in the Bronx. Here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Now, in a couple of moments, the Yankees are going to hold their moment of silence for the late Jose Fernandez, who, of course, was tragically killed in Miami over the weekend. We'll be throwing it in a moment to public address announcer Paul Olden here at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees had been on the road, so this will be the first opportunity for New York fans to honor the fallen pitcher. And teams have done that, and stadiums have done that all around the country. We just saw that at Tampa, at St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay series, and many of the Red Sox were in tears at the time of that moment of silence. So they'll be doing that in just a moment. There are also plenty of Red Sox fans here tonight. There certainly were a lot of them at Tropicana Field over the weekend. I think of the 26,000 we saw on Sunday, 24,000 must have been Red Sox fans, and so many out to see David Ortiz for his final series ever at Yankee Stadium. But a great night for a ball game. The Red Sox trying to make it 12 consecutive wins with David Price on the mound. He'll be coming in at 17-8, a .391 earned run average. His opponent, the young right-hander Luis Cessa, who the Red Sox have seen a couple of times, most recently in a starting capacity. Red Sox knocking him off at Fenway Park. Now, the Sox committed 92-64. That is the best record in the American League. Eyes right now very much on that best overall American League record. and the home field advantage that brings with it throughout postseason play. Yankees at 80 and 76 coming in. Their postseason hopes all but gone here at the moment. Let's throw it now to Paul Olden.
Join the Yankees, the Red Sox, and Major League Baseball in a moment of silence for Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez, who died early Sunday morning. In his young career, Jose had already won 38 games and set the record for most consecutive home wins to start a career. His enthusiasm and love for the game of baseball was infectious, and he will be missed by the entire baseball family. Jose Fernandez was just 24 years old. Thank you. And now, the United States Army Band's rendition of our national anthem.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Santander Bank, you're all right with Simply Right checking from Santander Bank. DraftKings, the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of your Boston Red Sox. By your New England Ford dealers, Ford, go further. And by Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox and the Yankees, game one of the series. Red Sox trying to clinch the AL East tonight. Here's a look at the Sox lineup. Brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. It's Toyota's website for deals. Dustin Pedroia will lead things off, hitting .319. Then Xander Bogaerts and David Ortiz. They'll have the ceremony for Big Papi here on Thursday. Mookie Betts in right, Hanley Ramirez at first, Brock Holt at third base, Jackie Bradley in center field batting seventh, Sandy Leon doing the catching, and Andrew Benintendi is in left field and hitting ninth against the Yankees starter. Brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. That's Sessa. He comes in 4-3, a 4.30 ERA.
The Yankees defense is brought to you by DraftKings, and they are fifth in the league with 82 errors on the season. Chase Headley will be at third base. Didi Gregorius, the shortstop. Stalin Castro at second, and Tyler Austin, the first baseman. Left to right, Brett Gardner, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Aaron Hicks. And Austin Romine doing the catching for Sessa.
Here are the umpires, brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Jeff Kellogg behind the plate. John Tempane at first base. Alan Porter at second. Brian Onora at third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory back Toyota certified used vehicle right now.
Buenas noches, amigos.
First pitch is upstairs for ball one to Dustin Pedroia in front of a pretty sparse crowd here at Yankee Stadium. And a comebacker right to Sessa. And a fast first out as Pedroia is retired.
Well, the Red Sox saw Sessa back at Fenway Park a couple of starts ago, and he lost that game going 5 innings, giving up 6 hits and 3 earned runs to the Red Sox. He's Actually lost his last 3. You see the fastball, a lot of sliders, and the changeup.
Xander Bogaerts hitting .293 with 20 homers, 88 runs batted in. And David Ortiz on deck, getting ready to bat for the first time in this series. Sessa, a 24-year-old from Mexico, throws a lot of strikes. That's in there for a call strike, and a count 1-1.
That strike was supposed to be outside. Instead, it came back to the inside part of the plate, and he got the call.
The 1-1. Fly ball into left center field. Ellsbury moving on over to his right, and there are 2 down. And here comes Big Papi hitting .321, 37 homers, 124 runs batted in. Now during the Red Sox 11-game winning streak, he's hitting .410, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in. And he drove in Dustin Pedroia on Sunday with that 10th inning double. Although Pedroia had to become Fred Astaire to do it. Or as you said, a contestant for Dancing with the Stars, and that one is outside for a ball.
One of the most bizarre plays you'll ever see at home plate ever.
I asked Petey in the clubhouse, what do you think when you're rounding third base? You're going to be out by 20 feet. He said, I thought I was a dead duck. High fly center field. Ellsbury backing up, though, has some room there, and that'll do it. Red Sox go in order against Sessa to start this one at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox and the Yankees going to the last half of the first inning. And here's a look at the Yankee lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Brett Gardner leads it off, followed by Ellsbury, Sanchez, the rookie with 19 homers, Castro, Headley, and Gregorius. Aaron Hicks in right field, Austin Romine doing the catching, and Tyler Austin at first base. Against the Sox starter, presented by your New England Audi dealers, David Price, 17 and a 3.91 the ERA, and seeking his 9th straight win and the AL East pennant. We did have a 1-0 score up there on our bug moments ago, and that was erroneous. It is 0-0. Nothing snuck by you. Gardner hitting .259 with 7 homers, 39 runs batted in.
David Price tonight trying to have a better start than he's had against the Yankees this year. 4 starts, a record of 1-2 with a 7.71 ERA. Of course, coming out of a very good performance last time out against Baltimore.
Check swing, but that's inside on Gardner. Just a .220 hitter against Price, 9 for 41 in his career, so not among his favorites. Been a different story for Jacoby Ellsbury. And a 1-1 from Price. He pinned that one just off the corner. But Kellogg saw that as a strike, and that's a good early sign for the lefty.
I was going to say that's a very good sign for David Price if he's going to get that call all night long.
Price has not lost since August 7th at Dodger Stadium. His ERA over the stretch since then is .282. And the 1-2. And he got him. He put him away quickly. First strikeout in the ball game.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 3rd best in the American League. Only 74 errors on the season. Brock Holt will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Hanley Ramirez, the first baseman. Left to right, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts. And San Leon doing the catching for David Price.
Here's Jacoby Ellsbury, .259, 9 homers and 54 RBIs. Kind of a disappointing season for Ellsbury. They really did not get the production they needed out of the 1 and 2 spots in their order between Gardner and Jacoby. But Ellsbury in his career, .342 against Price and a whopping 73 at bats. These guys know each other very well. And he rips a base hit off into right center field, so Jacoby Ellsbury is on.
That's just amazing. You know, Jacoby just hits Price well. .342 coming into the game with a home run. He gets himself a fastball that time over the outside part of the plate and hooks the ball up the middle. They wanted to go away. They got the pitch away, but he's able to hook the ball up the middle for the hit. Ellsbury with 18 steals on the season, but he has been caught 8 times.
Fans, be sure to stop by Plainridge Park Casino. Plainridge Park Casino is the official sponsor of winning. Here's Gary Sanchez at .315 with 19 home runs. He is 1 for 3 against Price with a homer. There's a drive high and deep into left center. Jackie giving chase, leaping up on the wall. He can't get it. It's out of here. And there's number 20 for Sanchez. A 2-run shot here in the first inning off of Price. We talked about this kid's power. He looks like a rising superstar.
Well, he's got 2 hits in his career. He's 2 for 4 now against David Price, and both have been home runs. And you know, we've mentioned this in our games against the Yankees. This kid has got big time power, and he's going to be a good one. Took that fastball inside, took it into the bullpen, and a very quick lead for the Yankees.
Those 20 home runs are the most in Major League history by a player who did not hit one before the 1st of August. So the Red Sox already behind here against the Yankees. Although, of course, they trailed throughout the series when they swept the Yankees. Came back every time. Here's Castro hitting .273 with 21 home runs. The Yankees had won 7 in a row in early September to get into the wild card race, and for a couple of days even the division race. Since then they've lost 11 out of 15.
Yeah, they really surprised me. You know, after they made all those moves right around the trade deadline, you thought the Yankees would probably finish somewhere around 15 games out of first place, but they played very good baseball after that.
Yeah, they came to Boston on the 15th of September, just 4 games behind the Sox. Now they're 12 games back. Fouled out of play by Castro.
This guy's had a good year, Castro. 21 home runs, 69 RBIs. They have put him in the 4th spot in the batting order. Former shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, now a second baseman for the Yankees.
Chase Headley on deck, 2-0 New York. And Price with the 0-2. And time is granted very late by Jeff Kellogg. Yankees just completed a road trip last night on which they went 3-8. Had a wild win though at Toronto, 7-5, that included 2 bench clearing incidents. Scored 5 times in the 9th to win it. And the 0-2 will miss. Tonight, Toronto at home batting in the bottom of the 1st inning, and that's a 0-0 game with the Orioles. Swinging a pop-up into center field, and is Bradley. And Jackie will make the catch.
Pretty good changeup that time by Price, as he had Castro out on his front foot that time, and the result, the fly ball of Jackie Bradley Jr. not deep at all in center field.
So 2 down for Headley, who has also hit Price very well. .367 in his career. He's 11 out of 30. And he bounds that one foul. Toronto has just taken a 2-0 lead against the Orioles in the 1st inning. Donaldson with a home run. We'll keep you posted there. Red Sox down on a home run by Sanchez, 2-0. Headley with decent powers at 14. Oh, 2. You mentioned it, Jerry, that Price did struggle against the Yankees on September 17 at Fenway. Gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. He was pitching just hours after he learned a close friend had died following a battle with cancer.
Yeah, you look at his career numbers, 14-9 in his career against New York, and here at Yankee Stadium, 8-4. But this year has not been so good.
Bounding ball, charging in Brock Holt, and flips it on the move to get him and retire the side. But Price gives up the 2-run shot to Sanchez, and the Yankees have the early lead. the best records in the American League in their remaining games. Sox with 6 left, including tonight. Final 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway Park beginning on Friday.
And it looks to me like the Indians have the toughest schedule remaining on that graphic we showed you.
They wrapped up the Central Division, so congratulations to Terry Francona. Another win for Tito. Just keeps rolling along and piling up wins. Betts with a little looper, and that's cut down by Castro, and he'll throw on again a kind of a half line drive to retire Mookie Betts. One away.
That's very rare right there, but that pitch got inside on Mookie Betts. And a lot of spin on that line drive as it headed out towards second base. There you see the two-seam fastball coming inside, and you don't see Betts get jammed that often. There's that weird line drive, and Castro being very careful with that hop.
One away, Hanley Ramirez at 291, 29 homers, 110 RBIs, a career high for Hanley. When you think back to September 15th, when Hanley Ramirez capped an electrifying comeback over the Yankees at Fenway Park with that 3-run 9th inning walk-off home run, that began this 11-game winning streak.
Back at Fenway Park, and Hanley going to straightaway center field off Dylan Betances. It was a cross-up that time between he and his catcher. He threw the fastball, and Hanley took it out to center field.
Gets under this one, pops it down the left field line. Long run for Gardner coming on to make the play for the second out. So 2 down. David Ortiz's final regular season stop is only on NESN. 3 days of non-stop celebrating live from Fenway this weekend. Don't miss a minute. It's the Red Sox and the Blue Jays Friday through Sunday on NESN, presented by buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Red Sox at the doorstep of clinching the American League East tonight. Here's Brock Holt hitting .264. You know this with Cessa, you're going to get a lot of strikes. He's not going to walk you.
No, he's around the plate. As we mentioned, the fastball, the two-seamer, the slider, the changeup.
Mets originally signed him as a shortstop. Tried it for a couple of years. He couldn't hit. So they made him a pitcher. The general manager, Brian Cashman, says his mechanics are almost perfect. Unusually polished for a conversion, and that's why he throws so many strikes.
Back-to-back changeups right there to Brock Holt. Both of them down and away off the plate.
Two and two.
So far, everything away. All 4 pitches to the outside part against Holt. Back to the changeup.
Line to right. Hicks coming in, won't get it. It drops in for a base hit. And Brock's been swinging a good bat. And on again.
That's a 4-game hitting streak now for him. 6 for his last 14. Change up again, and a pretty good pitch. That ball's away from Holt, but he's still able to hook it. Pretty good balance on the off-speed pitch too for Brock Holt. Drops it in front of Aaron Hicks out there in right field.
Jackie Bradley now .271, 26 homers, 87 driven in. And he's hit the Yankees well all season. Flies this one to left center. Ellsbury on his horse. Into the alley there, and has it to retire the side. For the Red Sox, no runs a hit. 1 left, still 2-0 the Yankees.
Of the second, the Yankees have a 2-0 lead. I'm Garen Austin. Hello, everyone. John Farrell made the announcement that Drew Pomeranz will not start on Thursday due to soreness in his forearm. Farrell said the health of the player is their priority and that Pomeranz needs some additional downtime coming off his last start. Pomeranz will not be shut down, though. They said they'll hope to get him on the mound by the end of the week and determine a bullpen role for him moving forward. Guys, Henry Owens will get the start on Thursday now.
Okay, Garen, thank you very much for the update. Pomeranz went 5 innings his last start. Gregorius to lead things off. We are on to the bottom half of the second. 2-0. Yankees lead it on a home run by Gary Sanchez. Already up to 20 homers for the rookie. Gregorius 276. He's hit 19. He's had a very solid year with 68 RBIs. And he rattles that one foul.
That pitch that David Price made to Sanchez was a mislocation. I mean, that ball was supposed to be away. They wanted to go away, and the fastball stayed inside, and Sanchez just absolutely crushed that ball.
Certainly looking like they have found themselves a 40 home run guy.
Yeah, for sure. Watched him take batting practice at Fenway. I mean, he's got enormous power.
0-2 to the left side. Bogarts off balance throw, not going to get him. Gregorius will be safe with a base hit.
Now, when you run like Gregorius down the line, you don't have many options when you have to make a play like that. You try, and ideally you want to plant and throw to first base, but you don't have time. So you've got to just get rid of it as quickly as you possibly can. He couldn't get a lot on that throw. And Gregorius beats it out at first base. Certainly no time to plant and throw for Xander Bogaerts on that ground ball.
Third hit for the Yankees off Price. Hicks is next, hitting just .218, but he has pretty good power. He's hit 8 homers, including a 2-run shot in the 9th inning at Toronto yesterday as part of their comeback. Price this season with a high ERA against the Yankees. We've kind of had his numbers. 7.71 the earned run average against him in 4 starts. Popped up. Pedroia on the dirt, and Dustin makes that grab for the out. Capital One Frozen Fenway returns to Boston in January of 2017. Fans can enjoy 2 exciting outdoor Hockey East doubleheaders on January 7 and 14. Tickets on sale now. Just visit redsox.com/frozenfenway for more information. Austin Romine doing the catching tonight, 237 with 4 homers and 24 runs batted in. And then Tyler Austin would follow him. He's the first baseman. 2-0 New York in the second. And a ground ball to Bogarts to Pedroia. That's one on the first. Double play. 6-4-3 to retire the side. That's all for the Yankees, and it's 2-0 New York after 2 in the Bronx. A true fact, the Red Sox have won their last 11 games, all against division opponents. According to Elias, the Sox' longest such streak since divisional play began in 1969. Twisted Tea is the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted, which Alex Spears certainly is not. Straight a shooter as they come.
Depends on who you're asking, Dave.
Thanks for being with us again. It's always a pleasure.
The pleasure's mine. Thanks, guys.
Red Sox trying to clinch tonight. Hope that they can clinch tonight. Right now, Toronto has a 2-0 early lead. Red Sox are behind as Leon stings that line drive. Hicks leaping up. Oh, he hung on to it. Onto the warning track. Got spun around, but he grabbed it for the out.
What a nice play by Hicks out there in right field. Looked like the ball was going to be over his head. And then he shows some ups. And he got way up there to make that catch. And save extra bases from Sandy Leon.
Hicks is really interesting. If you think back a few years ago to 2013, both he and Jackie Bradley Jr. were kind of the talk of spring training when they were playing across from each other in Fort Myers. Hicks at that point with the Twins. Neither of them had advanced past Double-A, and both of them were viewed as being, you know, elite center field prospects in the game, but they hadn't necessarily, well, certainly they hadn't graduated from Triple-A at that point. And Bradley obviously struggled in the big leagues in 2013, 2014. Only found his footing last year. Hicks likewise took a little while in order to find his way, but you know, both of them have immense talent.
Pretty well struck here. Ellsbury racing back to the warning track, to the wall. He leaps up. He makes the play. And the Red Sox have hit a couple right on the button and nothing to show for it here. These last two hitters.
Yeah, could it be one of those nights for the Red Sox? Hit the ball hard, but nothing to take to the bank. This ball, a changeup, taken a long way. And it is a long way to center field here at Yankee Stadium. Beautifully judged out there by Jacoby Ellsbury. Jumps, hits the wall, holds onto the baseball.
The ease with which a smaller guy like Benintendi is able to put a 400-foot charge into the ball, though.
On a changeup.
Something to behold.
On that topic, here's Dustin Pedroia, 0 for 1 with a comebacker. That play on Sunday still dazzles. And I have a feeling every time we watch it throughout the winter, it's going to feel the same way. You're going to come away thinking, how on earth did he score?
As someone who was watching it from home and listening to you guys, it was such a pleasure to hear you guys kind of describing with disbelief while you were trying to figure out what was going on. I agree, it was one of the more unusual plays you'll ever see, but it represented so much of who Pedroia is as a player, just not yielding on the play.
Just somehow willing himself to home plate. I mean, he was out by at least 10, 15 feet. And then it all started.
And then ended.
And then, you know, I'm supposed to analyze that. How do you analyze that?
Just remarkable. The 1-2 pitch. And right there to the second baseman, Castro. Alex, hang in there with us. We'll carry on to the last half of the inning.
Sounds great.
Red Sox go 1-2-3 as Sessa is sharp early. 2-0 Yankees. Red Sox experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings right now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSN at DraftKings.com. Alex Beer still with us here as we go to the last half of the third. Red Sox trailing 2-0. Austin will lead things off against David Price. Gary Sanchez with a 2-run homer in the first inning. On the topic of home runs, and David Ortiz playing his final series here at Yankee Stadium, last series in New York. You think about David's history here, his prolific history here. Where did it start for you against the Yankees and him being a centerpiece of this rivalry?
I think David Ortiz turned into the monster in the middle of the Red Sox order, kind of the linchpin of their lineup in 2003 in Yankee Stadium. July 4th, 2003, he crushed 2 homers, one of them off David Wells. The next day, 2 more homers, one of them off Roger Clemens. He got Clemens' attention when Clemens said after the game, maybe we need to make him a little bit more uncomfortable over there. But that was, to me, up until that point, David Ortiz, number one, hadn't been getting that much that regular playing time. He had actually asked for a trade. He asked his agent to ask Theo Epstein if he could be traded or released in the middle of May. But Epstein said, I think I might have something in the works to free up a little bit more playing time for David. A little bit later, the Shea Hillenbrand trade happened. And then entering that series, entering early July, he had 4 homers. So teammates were giving him all kinds of grief about that. That was, as you recall, a hilarious team. And so they were calling him Juan Pierre at the time, based on the fact that he just hadn't put up the power numbers that he had been associated with, even in Minnesota. And then all of a sudden that series in Yankee Stadium happened, and he was a different guy from that point forward.
And of course the 04 ALCS, and that's when the legendary stuff started. You know, 3 home runs, hit 387 in that series. He was the series MVP. He won games 4 and 5 with walk-off hits, with the Sox facing elimination. The 12th inning home run in game 4, the 14th inning single the very following night, and he also homered in game 7 of that series.
Yeah, and that was where, you're right, that took him to another level entirely. So first he established himself as an elite middle-of-the-order slugger, and then he established himself as a legendary middle-of-the-order slugger over the course of that ALCS, which those memorable hits, they were walk-offs, so they happened at Fenway Park. But you can still feel viscerally, like the memory. I bet that most people who saw those hits can remember where they were when they saw them, what it felt like, just, you know, whether they were at the game and freezing, and kind of just feeling that suffocatingly exciting tension that had been building up over the course of those 2 years in that series. It was something else to watch him over the course of that postseason, and he keeps doing it. That's the thing. He's had so many postseason hits that we can almost take some for granted.
Well, it kind of changed the culture too, the whole organization, because up to that point, you know, we were supposed to lose to the Yankees.
No doubt. And I remember talking to some of.
Hard hit off the glove of the diving Holt. It's going to be a base hit for Austin. Yankees have had some decent swings tonight already against Price. It's a base hit.
I remember talking to some of the young Red Sox who came up after that. You remember that the Red Sox youth movement followed that 2004 championship, and they were talking about, you know, there were a couple of late inning comebacks in subsequent postseason series where they said, well, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come back and win these games. And I just looked at them and said, you have no idea. You have no idea if that's your default assumption. And it really did just change what it was to be a Boston Red Sox from that point forward.
Well, incredible. And there's a lot of talk about the ceremony here on Thursday night and what might happen and what the Yankees might do for him, what some of the fans might do. That's going to be fascinating, because when David was introduced tonight, there was more than a smattering of boos, I would say, from Yankee fans. So they're not quite ready just yet to celebrate his career and all the damage he's done against the Yankees.
Yeah, well, there's the movement to moon David Ortiz in his walk-off, which he found hilarious. He said, if that happens, I think I may need to keep my camera, my phone available in my back pocket.
He said, I think he wrote today on the Tribune, he said, I will laugh until I cry, and then I will come to bat and try to hit one to the choo-choo train. The 0-1 pitch bunted by Gardner, picked up by Holt, going to be close, and got him at first base. Down to second is Austin on a bang-bang play to retire the speedy Gardner. Trying to bunt his way on.
Yeah, he was trying to bunt his way on. They'll probably score this as a sacrifice, which I don't agree with, because to me he was trying to bunt for a base hit down that third base line. That's a very good play by Brock Holt to get a very fast man at first base. And Hanley going into the stretch, clearly he's out before the foot hits the bag. But it's interesting. They always rule out a sacrifice. And in my opinion, he wasn't sacrificing.
I'm with you. He was looking for a hit.
Interesting also to see Holt challenged on a couple of plays back to back, insofar as there is this kind of open trial period to assert for players to assert themselves for playing time in the postseason, and defense is obviously a significant part of that equation.
Jacoby Ellsbury here. He singled and scored a run. He was aboard when Sanchez blasted his home run in the first inning.
You know, on that subject, it seems to me like John Farrell is giving Brock Holt every opportunity possible to become the third baseman in postseason.
I think that that's certainly a reasonable assumption. He hadn't started a ton at third base this year up until really the last week or two, and he's now up to, this is his 8th start of the year at third base. Holt is a guy whose swing may lend itself to greater consistency on a game-to-game basis. Shaw is different. He's kind of a streakier hitter. He's someone whose hot streaks lend themselves to run production in a different way than Holt's. But Holt as a hitter might be a steadier option, and these are the things that John Farrell has to weigh as the Red Sox get ready for the postseason.
Toronto still leading Baltimore 2-0. They're now in the third inning. Sox trailing here 2-0, and Ellsbury takes one inside.
On that same subject, we heard down in St. Pete that they were not ruling out the possibility of Pablo Sandoval, and I'm not buying that. I think that was said for a reason. And I think that the reason was to light a fire under somebody to take over that third base position.
Well, it certainly is a little bit intriguing in that when they brought up Moncada, of course, Shaw had the immediate response of going on that mini tear, and you do wonder whether or not they thought, perhaps some people would be kind of jolted back into productivity with that presence. Although Farrell clarified today, I believe, on MLB Network Radio that it was more of an in case of emergency, Sandoval might emerge as an option.
Fouled away by Jacoby Ellsbury. Sanchez is on deck as we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Yankees. Just 1 hit for the Sox so far against Sessa.
I mean, the trick of someone like Sandoval is he's going to have faced a few guys in instructional league, but you're going to go from there to the best pitching in the world in the postseason.
I didn't buy any of it. I'm sorry.
Even though Sandoval's had a lot of success in postseason play, it just didn't make any sense that he would suddenly appear at third base in a division series game.
Yeah, I think that really it was a kind of in case of emergency break glass option, but it is worth remembering that he does have that fantastic history in the postseason, in part because there's no single way of attacking him, because he's going to expand the strike zone in every direction imaginable, and it makes it a little bit hard to game plan for him.
I know a lot of people are going to say, well, of course he's down a few pounds, but he has lost, I think, a legitimate 15 pounds.
I think that something like this has to be a great motivator for a player. It represents he lost his job coming out of spring training. That has to represent a fork in the road, one of the great motivators that a player can have.
3-2. Oh, he went fishing there. He chased that one, and down he goes, strike 3. And there are 2 away.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from David Price. It looked to be a curveball this time from Price, and we don't see that many from him. Clearly way off the outside part of the plate. It was either the cutter or a curveball, but it had a lot of movement right at the end. And Ellsbury has a rare at-bat against Price that he looked uncomfortable in.
So that'll send up Sanchez. There is a base open. He's already cracked a 2-run homer, his 20th of the season. That's 20 home runs in 50 games. Just off the charts. We saw him hit a home run off the back wall at Fenway, which you hardly ever see.
It is amazing when you see breakdowns of his swing next to some of those of the game's greats, and kind of some of the similarities to a young A-Rod, or just the way that he gets so much leverage into his swing. And obviously this is a very strong individual. He is able to pulverize the baseball like few in the majors already.
Austin at second, the 1-0 pitch. And that's outside.
The change up that time. They wanted to go outside with the fastball in the first at bat. Did not get it outside. It leaked inside, and that's when he took it out of the ballpark.
Red Sox are trying to win their 12th consecutive game, and in game number 12 win the division.
That's a heck of a way to enter the postseason. That's kind of a statement entry into the postseason, and that's a pretty good harbinger of potential success in October.
And the count goes to 3-0 on Sanchez.
If you look at in the last this century, since I've looked at teams dating back to 2000 that had been as good as any in baseball in the month of September, and there have only been a couple of those teams that were able to ride that wave straight to a championship. But if you look at the teams that have won, I think it was something like 11 of the last 14 played at least 600 ball in September. So there is something to be said for finishing strong and carrying that forward into October.
Check swing, but that's in there for a called strike. I know there are a lot of fans throughout New England who are saying don't peak too soon. Don't get too good too soon.
And you know there may be something to that, but in the case of a team like the Rockies, for instance, they got really hot in 2007 down the stretch, and they just were a wrecking ball for any team that was getting in their way up until they had that long layoff. So I don't know. In that instance, it wasn't a matter of peaking too soon. It was just they peaked. I guess they peaked so soon that they had a lot of downtime. As long as the Red Sox don't face that, then you can't argue too much with the idea of sustaining momentum forward. You remember what 2013 looked like. They were a juggernaut down the stretch. They were absolutely unrelenting. That I thought that carried forward into the postseason.
I think you're right. I think Tampa Bay, Detroit, and St. Louis would agree, as Leon is out for a chat.
That's what Sanchez will do to pitching and catching combinations. Make them chat when it's a 3-1 count.
Again, first base is open. The Red Sox are down 2-0. Price came in leading the American League in innings pitched, 218 2/3, number 4 in wins. And of course, he's won 8 consecutive decisions. The Red Sox have won his last 9 starts. But here comes the 3-1 to a very, very dangerous young hitter. And he walks him. I don't think he minded that too much. First and second, and Castro next.
Now that time they did come back inside, but way inside that time on Sanchez. And again, there was no chance that David Price was going to leave this ball on the inside part of the plate. He was trying to jam him inside and off the plate. So you're right, with first base open, being very, very careful with the power hitter.
Castro 0 for 1. He is flat out to center. He's only faced Price 12 times, but he has 5 hits.
It is incredible to look at that 21 home run total and just to see him as just another second baseman in terms of power. There are so many guys in the middle of the field who are getting to that 20 homer mark in baseball this year.
He is the 4th Yankee second baseman to do it. Pretty good company too. Robinson Cano did it 5 times. Joe Gordon did it 4 times. Alfonso Soriano did it twice.
As of a couple of days ago, I believe that Major League Baseball had already tied the record for the most guys across the game in 1 year who had hit 20 or more homers. So 21. you would have been amazed by that number.
Slicer foul to even up the count 1-1 on Castro. Now Baltimore has gotten a run in the 3rd inning, and now Toronto leads the Orioles 2-1. Remember, the Red Sox could still lose tonight and clinch the division. If Toronto also loses, they have the 2-1 lead.
And of course, the scoreboard watching gets even more complicated when you do things like follow what's happening in Detroit, Cleveland, because of that potential seeding in the first round. Texas and Milwaukee a little bit later tonight.
Red Sox right now with the best record in the American League. Fly ball. Here comes Betts on the move, and he has space to make the catch and retire the side. Alex, always a treat. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Alex Spear does a wonderful job for the Boston Globe. 2-0. Yankees have the lead. Sox finished the regular season with the best record in the American League. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. 2-0 Yankees have the lead as we move on to the 4th inning. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, Garrett Austin with you from Yankee Stadium. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Second time against Sessa. 0 for 1 with a fly to center. Red Sox really went from just so-so against the division to absolutely putting the hammer down. From July 1st until tonight, the Red Sox have gone 26-9 against the AL East. Line shot, base hit past Castro. That's toward the gap, picked up by Hicks. And a good start for the Red Sox here in the 4th inning. A sharp single by Xander.
Well, that's kind of the Bogart swing right there, isn't it? The hard line drive to the opposite field gets by Castro, and Bogart picks up the leadoff base hit in the 4th.
And a reaction for David. 0 for 1 tonight with a fly to center. David this season with 6 home runs against the Yankees. He takes ball 1. He has played 240 regular season games against the Yankees and hit 53 homers, batting .307 with 171 RBIs. Toronto's opened up a 3-1 lead now. Ezekiel Carrera with a home run for the Blue Jays in the 3rd inning. They're on top of Baltimore 3-1. Mookie Betts on deck, and a 2-0. He thought about it, but he laid off, and it missed downstairs. 3-0.
And you know that David Ortiz has the green light in this ballpark without question.
Just 3:14 down the right field line here. Taking and a strike.
That's a good take. And he had the green light. You could tell he was cranked up to hit something middle in, but that ball's down and away on the outside part of the plate, and he wants no part of it.
If he likes it, the 3-1. He did, and he popped it up. Castro into short right field. And Big Papi is 0 for 2 tonight.
You can see the frustration on Ortiz's face after missing that pitch. He got the pitch he was looking for, that fastball middle in, and just popped it up to second base. Oh, would he like to see that one again?
Now available, your official Big Papi translucent last game half scale bat for only $69.95. Call Big Time Bats at 866-280-BATS or go to BigTimeBats.com right now. Betts is 0 for 1 with a tapper to second, but Cooking coming in with a 12-game hitting streak. And during the life of the streak, Mookie's hitting .444. There's quite a debate raging these days about who may be the American League MVP.
Yeah, all of a sudden David Ortiz has popped into the equation.
0-2 on Mookie, who may be the leading candidate depending on who you talk to. Others say David Ortiz, others say Mike Trout. In Texas they say Jose Altuve. Mookie 31 homers, 109 runs batted in. 1-2. He has also reached base in 38 consecutive road games. Longest active streak in the majors. And a 1-2. There's a shot into left. Gardner racing back. He's there on the track to make the play. And Bogaerts retreating to first base with 2 down. Red Sox have hit some balls tonight that have been caught by the outfielders and have been a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, they have made some good solid contact against Sessa, and a lot of these balls have been hit deep, but nice plays have been made. Hicks has made a nice play. Ellsbury going deep, and now Brett Gardner. Slider toward the end of the bat a little bit, but still very solid contact by Betts. It looked like it might be a gap, but Gardner with great speed out there cuts the gap off and makes the catch.
All 3 outfielders for the Yankees have made a nice play. Gardner, Ellsbury, and Hicks. Hanley Ramirez is 0 for 1 as he pops a foul out of play. He has flied to left. And one more home run. He will join David Ortiz and Mookie Betts as the first trio of Red Sox hitters in history to hit 30 homers and 100 RBIs in the same season. Will it come tonight at Yankee Stadium? 2-0 New York. Throw down to first base, but not in time. Hanley did hit a home run off Sessa at Fenway during the 4-game sweep of New York. He's ready with a 1-1. And a fly ball into right center field. Ellsbury moving on over right there in the gap to retire the side. So the Red Sox start the inning with a base hit, but Sessa pitches around that and gets the next 3 men. 2-0 New York. Results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Will the Red Sox finish the regular season with the best record in the American League? They currently have it, and 88% of you say yes.
A lot of optimistic people out there right now.
Red Sox trailing here 2-0 to the Yankees. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, and Garen Austin with you from the stadium in the Bronx. Those runs and a 2-run homer by Gary Sanchez in the first inning. Here's Chase Headley. He's 0 for 1 with a ground ball to the third baseman. Clay Buchholz has the ball tomorrow night at 7:05. And then Henry Owens will go on Thursday. And the Red Sox will be headed back home for the final weekend of the regular season. Well, you look at John Farrell in the Red Sox dugout, and you think a year ago at this time, John was on medical leave battling stage 1 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And here he is tonight, a victory away from winning the AL East. A chopper foul. I asked him about the other day, how much thought have you given to that? What's happened in the last year? And where you are now as opposed to then? He said almost none. There's just too much to do. But he said at some point, when the season's over, whenever it does end, whenever the playoff run comes to an end, he is going to kick his feet up and give it a lot of serious thought. But right now, he's not thinking about it at all. Gregorius on deck, and then Hicks. And Price home with a 1-2 to Headley. Fly to right. And Mookie with the catch. Headley's 0 for 2. Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC, Dennis Eckersley, and Steve Lyons will break it all down. You will hear from David Price and from John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason. And should the Sox clinch the division tonight, post-game shows will have complete coverage of that celebration. Gregorius beat out an infield hit in the second inning. He's 1 for 1. Tried to hold up, and he did, said the third base umpire Brian Onora, and that is ball 1.
Yeah, we saw that base hit back in the second inning, and anytime he makes a shortstop go to his right, there's a pretty good chance he's going to beat it out. And that's exactly what happened on that base hit in the second inning.
So he's 9 for 19 against Price. There's some Yankees who have hit him very well. Liner, but caught. That was in fair territory. The catch was made by the leaping Hanley Ramirez for the second out. Sounded like he busted his bat.
And Hanley playing fairly close to that line down the first base way. As you can see, not much distance between him and the line, and he's able to time his leap perfectly. And I think that ball would have probably stayed in fair territory.
2 up, 2 down for Aaron Hicks, the former Minnesota Twin. They got him in a deal from the Twins last November. Just a .217 hitter. Yankees in the lead 2-0 in the fourth. So Price came into the ball game tonight needing 3 strikeouts to tie the single season record by left-hander for the Red Sox. John Lester struck out 225 on 2 occasions. And a tapper. Nice scoop here on a charge by Holt, and he gets him. And it's a 1-2-3 for Price in the fourth inning. Red Sox are looking for some offense tonight. It is 2-0 New York. Red Sox season. It was game number 157. The Red Sox would beat the Orioles 11-7. Jim Rice, Don Baylor led the way. They each had 3 hits and 2 RBI. Well, a lot of the Red Sox front office and the ownership, of course, Tom Werner here tonight. John Henry is here tonight, hoping for a celebration in the Bronx, hoping for a division title. And the Red Sox have a little bit of work to do. They're down 2-0 as we proceed to the 5th inning, despite some good swings against Sessa. Handful of shots to the warning track that have been caught. And a strike on Brock Holt.
Yeah, exactly right. The Red Sox have hit the ball very well in the first 4 innings of this game, but don't have anything on the scoreboard but zeros.
And just a pair of singles, and Holt has one of those. Brock is hitting .328 in his last 21 games. Jerry, I think you're exactly right. I think if John Farrell right now were to name his postseason third baseman, it would be Brock Holt.
I think so. I think you're right, and I think that's why he's getting more playing time there right now. He's swinging a good bat. He's playing defense.
Made a couple of nice plays tonight.
Yeah, it's a very delicate situation. You know, one that Farrell has to handle with real care, because you've got all guys that have played down there who have contributed, fairly well for this club this year. And really what you're looking for is the hot hand going into postseason.
Lunges for that one to the third baseman. Headley has it. One man gone in the 5th inning. This Let's Motor player profile presented by Mini. Jackie Bradley Jr. on his way up this season against the Yankees. He's been pretty tough. .353 with a couple of homers and 8 runs batted in, along with 2 triples. Jackie has been among the American League triples leaders for the bulk of the season. 0 for 1 tonight. He has flied to center.
So far, Sess has done a real good job of keeping the ball out of the middle of the plate.
Six-footer from Mexico deals outside. He was acquired from the Tigers in a trade last December. Second time he was dealt in 5 months. The Mets also traded him to Detroit in July of 2015 for Yoenis Cespedes. And Detroit also landed the right-hander Michael Fulmer, who is leading the American League in ERA in that trade. One David Dombrowski. And the count goes to 3-1. On deck, Sandy Leon, 2-0 Yankees. Good count for Jackie, and he'll take ball 4. Sandy Leon, first time up, ripped a line drive almost to the warning track that Hicks caught in deep right. Red Sox season ticket holders, you can experience the best seats, price, and benefits Fenway has to offer. For information on becoming a season ticket holder, please visit redsox.com/season tickets or call 877 Red Sox 9 today. Sandy with good numbers against the Yankees this year. .379 against New York. He'll look at a strike. Well, very few base runners so far for the Sox. Hold with a single in the 2nd inning. Xander Bogaerts with a leadoff single in the 4th. Nothing came of that, and now a walk to Jackie Bradley. What do you think the chances are that John Farrell puts on a play here?
I would not, only because you got the lefty and the small porch out there, the short porch I should say, out in right field.
And Sandy almost reached it in his first at bat.
A lot of signs put down by third base coach Brian Butterfield.
One man out and one man aboard. Benintendi on deck. Runner not going. And a little squibber onto third base. Into second one. Onto first two. They turn it. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. The double play ends the threat. And at the midway point, it remains the Yankees 2 and the Red Sox nothing. And is brought to you by Sullivan Tire Complete Auto Service. Bob's Discount Furniture. Everybody saves at Bob's Discount Furniture, in store or at mybobs.com. Subaru Retailers of New England, and by Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Bottom half of the fifth inning coming up, 2-0 New York. Price touched up for a 2-run homer in the first inning by Gary Sanchez. A very strong designated hitter and catcher for the Yankees. It is 20th in 50 games. And that has been it so far. Romine will lead things off here, and then Austin and Brett Gardner. Price has won each of his last 5 road starts, an ERA just over 2. But trailing in this one. You got Romine, who hit into a double play first time up. 6-4-3 in the second inning. Red Sox have already earned their 8th trip to the postseason in the last 14 years, but trying to pin down the AL East tonight. Well, the bats are going to have to wake up against Sessa, who's been really efficient. The 1-1. Blue foul, back out of play.
Back to the cut fastball there for Price. He ties up Romine that time and gets from the foul one off. Leon set up inside. They get the cut fastball inside. A little bit higher, I think, than they would have liked it, but still could not get the barrel of the bat on that ball.
Well, looking for his 225th strikeout to tie John Lester's left-hander record, but instead a base hit into right field. Romine guiding that the other way with a leadoff single.
That's good hitting by Romine. You know, you have a couple strikes on you, you get a fastball away, don't try to pull it, just take what the pitch is giving you, and what he's giving you is a base hit to the opposite field. See the location of the pitch, that's where they wanted to go, that's where he got the pitch, but Romine goes to win his 2-strike approach. I think no stride at all. Just kind of picks his foot up, his heel up, and puts it back down.
Sends up the rookie first baseman Tyler Austin. He singled his first trip, made his major league debut on August 13th against Tampa Bay, and he homered in his first career plate appearance. Fourth Yankee to do that. And he cuts and misses for strike one. Yankees have 5 hits. The Sox have just 2 so far. One thing that has been consistent about this Red Sox 11-game win streak, close games. The 11 wins have come by 4 runs or fewer, including 4 games decided by 1 run and 3 by 2 runs. So nothing new here. And the 1-1. Swing hard, ground ball, base hit past Holt. And off into left field. They'll send Romine up to second. Back-to-back singles here for the Yankees in the 5th inning.
Well, the 8-9 guys doing some damage here against David Price, getting the back-to-back base hits. See if Gardner here in a very low-scoring ball game tries to advance these 2 men to second and third with the bunt. Lefty against lefty, it's a possibility.
Just as the base hit went into left field, a roar went up down the left field line. And a lot of those fans are not even watching the game. A young man went to propose to a young lady, and apparently he dropped the ring and couldn't find it for about 10 minutes. And he finally found it.
So that was the reason for the ovation. I thought maybe she said no.
She's got the ring finally. That took a little longer than. Well, they've got a great story, you got to admit. It's a great story now. It was a terrible story for about 15 minutes. Gardner pops up the bunt, trying to get it down. He does. It was a fair ball and out at first base. The runners will advance to second and third. Price had a little difficulty with it to begin with, but dropped down by Gardner.
Yeah, a lot of times that bunt will go down to third base to try to pull a third baseman off the bag, but Gardner takes it down the first base line, and it's up to David Price. You can see him not get it on the first swipe, but then gets it after that and has plenty of time to get Gardner at first base. Gardner almost popped that up back to the pitcher.
So he has a couple of sacrifices. 2 men in scoring position for Jacoby Ellsbury, who has hit Price effectively, a single tonight and a strikeout, and hitting over 340 against him lifetime. Jacoby coming off a poor road trip on which he went 6 for 39. He hit about $150. So it's Romine at third and Austin at second. 1 down. Red Sox already trailing here 2-0, and time is called.
Red Sox changing their mind. They want the infield in. They had it back. And down by 2 runs already with Ellsbury at the plate. They're going to bring it in.
And Price very, very deliberate with men on base. Line drive and a base hit into right field. Romine is in to score. Austin will stop at third as Betts gets it in. Another run across to make it 3-0 Yankees. Jacoby Ellsbury, he sees Price very well.
Yeah, he certainly does, and it surprises me a little bit when he sees the ball middle in from David, because that's the ball he hits well. Now, had the infield been back, this would have been a line drive right at Pedroia, but of course, being down by 2 runs, they've got to bring it in, and goes up over the head of Dustin Pedroia at second base. But the way they got him out last time was a breaking ball away from him. He chased it. That time he got a fastball inside, and you're right, Dave. He just must see Price very well.
Getting over 350 against him career, first and third. And here's Sanchez. He's already blasted a 2-run homer and taken ball 4. And there's a shot ripped down into the corner, but foul. Hit wickedly, but foul. And a nasty hook on it.
You know, there are some guys that make contact and it just sounds different. That's the home run right there. The ball was supposed to be outside and stayed inside, and he absolutely crushed it. He crushed that last foul ball. It just sounds different off his bat.
He now has 32 extra base hits since they called him up from the minors 50 games ago. Second most through his first 50 games since Joe DiMaggio in 1936. Price has had a couple of double plays turned tonight. Big cut and a miss.
Yeah, he challenged him that time with the outside fastball, and he couldn't catch up to it at 94 miles an hour. Changeup.
0-2. 1-2 on Sanchez. Yankees ahead 3-0. Toronto still leading 3-1 over Baltimore in the 5th. Sanchez in 4 career at bats against Price has gone yard twice. 2 for 4.
Through about 4 different signs. Price didn't like any of them. Now he wants to cut fastball inside. Don't miss out over the plate.
1-2. Hard ground ball, speared by Holt into second, got one on the first and got him in a double play. Terrific turn by Pedroia. 5-4-3, and Price gets out of it, but he does give up a run. 3-0 Yankees. version of tonight's Red Sox game at midnight on Sox in 2. Sox in 2 brought to you by the all-new Chrysler Pacifica, the new benchmark in minivans. Well, Girardi is out, along with a trainer, to talk with Sessa, who's been very impressive tonight. And what is up here?
Well, they must have noticed something warming up, and when he was warming up to make us get ready for the inning, but apparently he says he's okay. So we'll have to see how that goes, but they'll be watching him very closely. You know, last inning we had a double play turn by Pedroia, and we talked about the new rules all season long about, you know, being able and not being able to take out a second baseman. I mean, that's an example right here that probably cost the Yankees a run if it was like the old way, where you could go in and clean out a second baseman. You can't do that anymore. It was a first and third, and you got speed going into second base. Now, you know, all you got to do is upend the second baseman, and you get a run out of that. But with the new rules, second baseman and shortstops have it nice and cushy out there right now, if I must say so myself.
A little different when you played the game.
I would have had somebody would have gave me my lunch on that play.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They did not touch each other.
No.
Benintendi 0 for 1. He is fly to center. Red Sox trying to string some hits together against the 24-year-old who's been very tough. Even though the Red Sox hit a few shots against him, only a couple of singles have fallen in. One-two off the outside on a rookie Benintendi, who snapped a career-long 7-game hitting streak on Sunday, but he did walk 3 times. Lunging, looping foul out of play.
Pretty good job on that changeup by Benintendi right there. A couple strikes on him, and he reaches out on a pitch that was not a strike, but at least he fouled it off. He was committed to it.
Came in hitting .314 with a couple of home runs. Little dribbler, a swinging bunt, going to be trouble. The throw off the glove. He's heading for second. And rolls down the line, and Benintendi trots into second base. So the Red Sox got something going here to begin the top of the inning.
Yeah, you could tell by the angle that the pitcher had that this was going to be a very difficult throw to make. That's almost a perfect drag bunt down the first base line, and you can see what the pitcher's looking at as he tries to throw to first. Benintendi sees the ball go out past the first baseman and gets in a scoring position at second base. So good way to start off the 6th inning for the Red Sox.
That'll be a base hit and an error on the pitcher. And brings up Dustin Pedroia, who was grounded to the mound and grounded to second, 0 for 2 tonight, beginning his 3rd look at Sessa. Red Sox trailing by 3. And this game is running just a little bit ahead of the Toronto-Baltimore game. Down into the dirt, no advance by Benintendi. For Dustin Pedroia, it was a weekend filled with clutch plays. The most unlikely run of the season on Sunday in that series against Tampa Bay. Of course, he hit a grand slam. He hit a solo home run. He made that great defensive play to cut down a man at home plate. Well, he went for the downs on that swing and came up empty. The count 1-1.
Well, he's the kind of guy, you know, Sessa, you tell yourself as a hitter, make him get the ball up because he likes to throw that sinking fastball and slider. That pitch was up. Pedroia likes the fastball upstairs, but no contact.
Nobody out. Benintendi at second. Sox trying to break through here in the 6th. Up the middle. He's going to get through for a base hit. Here he comes. Ellsbury will not bother to throw. He tosses into second, and the Red Sox are on the board on the Dustin Pedroia RBI single to make it 3-1.
Now another hanger that time, a hanging slider. As you can see right here, it just is flat, middle of the plate, and Pedroia takes it right back up the middle for the base hit. So he had 2 good pitches in that at bat for him to hit. The high fastball and then the flat breaking ball. Benintendi comes in with the first run of the night for the Red Sox. See Butterfield waving him on. He knows Ellsbury does not have a strong throwing arm, and no problem at all scoring that run.
Xander Bogaerts with a base hit his last time up is 1 for 2. David Ortiz on deck. The offense may be waking up a little bit here against Sessa with the back-to-back hits. And the righties 1-0. Punch foul back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's like Bogart's had in his mind all along there to take that pitch the other way, even though it was inside.
Now, for a long while, it looked like Xander would be a lock for 200 hits this season. Be tough to do now. He's at 185 with 5 games left after tonight. The 1-1. Nobody out and a run in. 1-2. There's a shot. Drilled down the line, headed to the wall, into the corner. Going to take a skip out of the warning track. Pedroia's into third base. Bogaerts into second base as he drops down a double. And the Red Sox have runners at second and third. And David Ortiz coming up.
That's back-to-back bad sliders there by Sessa. He hung another one this time to Bogaerts, who took it down that left field line. He hung one to Pedroia. He hangs one to Bogaerts.
Well, Larry Rothschild is going to pay a mound visit. Remember, at the top of the inning, before a pitch was thrown, Girardi came out with a trainer to check on Sessa. We have no idea what that was about, but since then he's allowed 3 consecutive hits.
Yeah, and a couple of really bad breaking balls.
Hey, it's time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. We toss it back to Tom Caron. All right, Tom, thank you very much. So beginning to look more and more likely the Red Sox are going to have to win the ball game in order to win the division tonight.
Now this will be very interesting here to see what they do with Ortiz, because Joe Girardi said in his press conference today, he says he's the guy in the lineup obviously you don't want to beat you. They're going to maybe try to get him to chase something that's not a strike, and he doesn't do that very often.
Well, he got a strike there. Generous call. Activity in their bullpen. Pazos and Parker going side by side, the lefty and righty, after the 3 consecutive hits off of Sessa. David's flied out and popped up 0 for 2 tonight. 1-1.
So far 2 pitches away from Ortiz. The slider, then the change.
Dustin Pedroia and Xander Bogaerts both in scoring position. Popped up but foul back out of play.
Yeah, he was sitting on fastball. He got it, which surprises me a little bit. I didn't think they'd throw him a fastball on the 2-0 count, but they do. Now a conversation. Again, that pitch, in my opinion, to David Ortiz had too much of the plate on 2-0 with first base open. But it turned out okay for the Yankees.
So many times that pitch to David Ortiz has not turned out okay for the Yankees.
No, it's ended up center field or in the screen at Fenway.
2-2. David in his career with 53 home runs against the Yankees and a .307 lifetime average against them. Sox are down 3-1, sixth inning. Sessa has slowed down his tempo markedly with men on base. The 2-2 coming. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Like keeping everything away from David. And he's filled up the count with Betts on deck. Runners leading from second and third. Nobody out. David grows tired of waiting and asks for time. And now Romine will take that opportunity and visit the hill.
Romine wants to know exactly what Sessa has in mind here on this 3-2 count. He threw down multiple signs, was shaken off a couple of times, and that's when Ortiz called timeout.
Would you be for limiting a catcher's visit to the mound to maybe 2 per half inning?
Absolutely. I think they're out there way too much.
Way too much. 3-2 coming. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Big Poppy fans. 1 man gone.
Now let's take a look at that at bat to David Ortiz, and he saw 1 fastball and that at bat. They got to start him off with a slider and put him away with a slider. Slider outside part of the plate for a strike, and changeup. Here's the fastball. Fouled it straight back. That's the one he missed. Back-to-back changeups. And then the surprise pitch, the slider again.
Which would have been ball 4. Here's Mookie Betts. He is grounded out and lined out to left. The shot he hit to the warning track. It was caught by Gardner. If he does it again here, it's going to bring in a run. 1 ball, 1 strike. The first 3 Red Sox all had hits to begin this inning. And that's going to sneak in there for a called strike at 93.
Fastball inside corner taken by Mookie Betts. That's a pitch that generally he's got those quick hands that he can take out of there. He's jumping back from home plate on that pitch.
He's had an excellent road trip. Was 12 for 21 on the trip coming into this one. But 0 for 2 so far tonight. Pedroia at third, Bogarts at second, 1 gone, and the 1-2. Nice stop there by Romine.
A backhanded play by Romine to save a run. Looked more like a first baseman on this, going to the backhand. Was a little indecisive on what he was going to do with the glove. Finally turned it over.
Two and 2 on Mookie. Asking for time here from Kellogg. If he drives in a run here, he will tie Hanley Ramirez for second on the club. Hanley with 110 RBIs, and he's on deck. Long look in, and now finally the 2-2. Ground ball sharply hit. Up with it, Castro. He'll go on to first base as another run comes in to score, and Betts will pick up number 110 right there. Xander Bogaerts down to third base.
That ball, another ball hit very well by a member of the Red Sox, but right at somebody. This ground ball, you can see where Castro's playing and has to get the umpire to take a couple of steps to his right so he can see the ball, and gets you out at first base, but the Red Sox do pick up a run.
And they're second in the inning to make it 3-2 Yankees. And send up Hanley Ramirez, who was flied out twice tonight, once to left and once to center. And the first one to Hanley is fouled back as the helmet comes off his head.
Well, he's got away with a couple of pitches in this inning. There's another bad breaking ball flat that just stayed upstairs, and Hanley fouls it back. And he wants this ball down and away. Look where it is.
Hanley, during this 11-game winning streak for the Sox, is hitting .390 with 5 homers and 13 RBIs. Looking to come through again. But now he's behind, 0-2.
And now he gets back to where he wanted to throw that slider, down and away. Much more difficult pitch to hit. First slider was high. Hanley fouls it off. Second slider just where he wants it. Right back to it.
0-2. Not this time. The tying run at third base in Xander Bogaerts, who is 2 for 3 tonight.
Watching at home and you're looking at the signs. 1, of course, is the fastball. 3 is the slider, and the wiggle's the changeup. Let's see what he's got in mind now on the 1-2 count. Shaking off the fastballs. He wanted a fastball up, shakes that off. Back to the slider.
And got him. He struck him out. So the Red Sox strand a tying run at third base, but they get 2. Now it's a 3-2 game as we go to the last half of the 6th. At South Dunkin' Donuts shows big time appreciation to loyal fans with great offers and perks. Enroll today at ddperks.com or on the Dunkin' Donuts mobile app. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now a 3-2 game. Sox down by 1. Price back out there to take on Castro, Headley, and Gregorius. Price has only had 1 clean inning so far tonight. That was the 4th when he got him 1-2-3. As you see there with that ERA, the Yankees have given him some difficulty this year. And a foul ball, strike 1 on Castro. And Toronto leading 5-1 over Baltimore. They're in the 6th inning. Top half of the 6th. In Canada. Castro acquired from the Cubs last December for the right-hander Adam Warren. And he stings a base hit into left field. So he reaches to begin the 6th.
Now, Price, excuse me, let's go down to Garrett.
Well, Jerry, in his final season, David Ortiz is still one of the top hitters in baseball, and now you can get free text alerts to let you know every time he is coming up to bat, along with advance notice of his farewell celebrations on the road and special Poppy programs coming up on NESN. Just text Poppy to 536-536. All this made possible by buyatoyota.com. Go to his website for deals. Message and data rates may apply. Obi, Jerry, back to you guys.
Garen, is Jerry allowed to throw to you like that?
Of course he is.
I didn't realize that was acceptable. I didn't see that in the format. I missed that meeting.
I almost blew that one big time.
I think you nailed it. Very smooth. Here's Chase Headley 0 for 2. He has grounded the third fly to right. He'll check, and that is downstairs for ball 1. We mentioned the Yankees had a poor trip, really hurt themselves. They went 3-8 on a road trip, even though they won last night in Toronto. And Headley went 6 for 26 on the trip, just 231. So he was not part of the solution. And Price fires toward right field, coming on Betts, sliding and lunged for it, made the play. Here's the throw back to first, and he got him. Mookie Betts with another brilliant play. Just catching it was kind of amazing. And then firing that strike onto first for 2.
Well, you know, all kind of stuff going on here. First, I think Mookie lost the ball in the light tower, the way he reacted. And then he was able to make an outstanding catch as the ball is almost by him, get up and throw the man out at first base to pick up his 14th assist. But I don't believe Mookie saw that ball all the way. I think he picked it up right at the end.
Ike, you're right. But what a stunning result.
You see Castro right there at first base doesn't know what to do because it looked like the ball was going to get by Betts.
So 2 down for Gregorius, who has beaten out an infield single and line to the first baseman. 1 for 2 tonight. 3-2 Yankees here in the 6th. Mookie has just made an array of sliding plays in the outfield that could wind up on his Gold Glove reel. You mentioned the 14 assists, Jerry, and that puts him in select company right there.
Yeah, you've got Mookie out there with 14 assists. Jackie Bradley Jr. has 12 in center field.
And the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, well struck right field, and forget about that one. It's going to sail on out of here. Gregorius with number 20. And the Yankees now lead it 4-2 after the solo home run. Second home run surrendered by Price tonight. (20 home runs, 69 RBIs from their shortstop.
Now the Red Sox really needed a shutdown inning there. They got back to within 1 run. Let's look at the pitch. It looked like a cut fastball on the outside part of the plate that Gregorius is able to hook out of the ballpark.
Price has now allowed 28 home runs, which is the most on the staff. Here's Hicks. He has popped up and grounded out 0 for 2 tonight, so that'll make it a little bit tougher. 7th inning, the Red Sox will have due up Holt, Bradley, and Leone. And they were hoping to be down just a run, but now it is 2. Hicks homered last night, a 2-run shot in the 9th inning against the Blue Jays, who have a 5-1 lead on the Orioles in the 6th inning. And the left-hander's 1-1 off the corner. Price has a long winning streak on the line here tonight. He has won 8 in a row. 2-1 to Hicks. And that's just a little bit low. And now he's gone to 3-1. He didn't get the call there from Kellogg, and he's not happy.
No, shaking his head a little bit. That's a pretty good pitch by Price. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Take another look at it.
Fly ball into left center field. Here's Jackie Bradley to make the catch and retire the side. Gregorius hits number 20. And the Yankees are in front 4-2 as we go to the 7th in the Bronx. Pitching line, the starter, brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. He wound up going 6 innings, allowing 5 hits and 2 earned runs, 84 pitches. Sox getting him for a pair of runs on 3 hits in the 6th. So Girardi goes to the bullpen. Old friend Tommy Lane called to the pen, brought to you by Kia. Made 34 relief appearances with the Red Sox this season, who designated him for assignment in early August. And Aaron Hill is going to hit for Brock Holt. And will take over at third base. Brock went 1 for 2, made a couple of very nice stabs at third. But now out of the contest with the lefty out there. Tommy's made 26 appearances since the Yankees picked him up. One ball, 1 strike on Hill.
He actually picked up the save last night against the Toronto Blue Jays.
He allowed 1 hit, 1 inning. 4th career save. His first since last June as a member of the Red Sox. 7th inning, 4-2 Yankees. There's a high fly ball driven deep to left field. Gardner's turning around. Back it goes, and she's gone. Very timely by Aaron Hill off the bench. Makes it a 1-run game again. That'll make it 4-3 Yankees.
Oh, doesn't that make everybody look smart? John Farrell going into the bench. Takes the matchup. Takes the right-hander against the left-hander, and Hill with the home run. Got a breaking ball. right down in his sweet spot, down and in.
Just where he wants it and gone. So 4-3. Jackie Bradley has flied out and taken ball 4 tonight. Speedway is proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience. For every Red Sox homer, Speedway donates to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by a Speedway near you and pick up your free Speedy Rewards card and start earning points today. By the way, the first time in Hill's career he's come off the bench as a pinch hitter and hit a home run. Great spot to do it here for the Sox, trying to win the division tonight. Now trailing by a run. Ground ball, base hit as he goes the other way. Jackie Bradley is aboard with nobody out.
Jackie Bradley battling the left-hander. That's why the lefty was in the game. You know, they expected to see Holt, Bradley, switch Leone around, and then Benintendi. Bradley picks up the base hit, so nothing so far has worked for Tommy Lane.
Sandy hitting .379 off lefties. .295 against right-handers. So certainly his preferred side of the plate. Nobody out. Showing a bunt, but takes a ball. Sandy is a very good bunter. Benintendi on deck.
See if they switch off here to possibly a hit and run or stay with the bunt.
And Bradley back in easily. Red Sox attempting to go from last place to first place for the second time over the last 4 years as Parker gets ready again in their pen. Red Sox going from the basement in 2012 to winning 97 games, of course winning the World Series in 2013. He drops down a bunt. This is a good one. Lane will throw, and in time to get him. No throw back to second base as Jackie Bradley is there safely on the sacrifice by Sandy Leone.
You know, it's interesting how times change. You know, when Leone was swinging the bat real well, there's no way they would have bunted him in that situation, but he's been scuffling at the plate. So they do bunt him to get a man in a scoring position, and he does it very, very well. Lane leading Castro to first base.
So an opportunity to tie up the ball game. Benintendi singled his last time up. He started the Red Sox mini rally in the 6th inning with an infield hit. He advanced to second on the bad throw by Sessa. He would score. Dustin Pedroia would drive in a run, and he would score. A 4-3 ball game in the 7th inning. And decent speed at second base. He takes ball one. First time that Andrew has played at Yankee Stadium. He was very excited about it before the game. So he was breaking down some video, watching Sessa. He was reminded of that very short porch in right field. He was very well aware of it already. 314 to right. Pedroia on deck. And Lane with a 1-0. You won't chase it.
Pretty good hitter spot right now against the left-handed pitcher. Lefty against lefty, behind in the count. 2-0 is Tommy Lane. He's got to come into him here.
And Benintendi with 7 extra base hits his last 11 games. He's been getting some excellent swings. That's a strike.
Well, he came into him okay, but not with a fastball, with a breaking ball to run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Benintendi sitting on fastball, excuse me, all the way, does not get it.
Bradley leading off second with 1 down. Little blooper foul back out of play, 2-2.
Had a good rip at that. Got the fastball that time at 87 miles an hour.
The game in Toronto is now almost in lockstep with this one. They've gone to the top half of the 7th inning. Blue Jays 5 and the Orioles 1. Red Sox have the tying run at second base. And the former Red Sox lefty fires. And he missed with that one just a tad high to run it full.
I don't think that's where Tommy Lane wanted to go at all. I think he wanted to go away with that breaking ball, but it just stayed inside. It almost hit Benintendi.
Three-two, and cut on and missed. He got him pretty nasty to strike him out, and there are 2 away.
That's where he wanted to go with. I think the pitch before that, a breaking ball down and away from him with the 2 strikes, and this is a very difficult pitch to make contact on. See the break on the slider off the outside part of the plate, but very tough to lay off of.
The Red Sox win, and the Red Sox clinch the division tonight. A Sox loss and a Toronto loss, and the Red Sox clinch the division tonight. Here's Pedroia, and Petey takes a strike.
Well, that was a cross-up right there. You could tell that Romine, the catcher, was not expecting the curveball. So the immediate conversation with Tommy Lane. Remember, multiple signs with a man at second base. Watch Romine. He had to reach back down to get that curveball. He was expecting something up in the zone. He immediately calls timeout to get on the same page.
Pedroia with an RBI single in the 6th inning, trying to do it again here an inning later. He has 196 hits. 1-1. Xander Bogaerts would be next. Aaron Hill with a home run in this inning to cut the Yankee lead to 4-3. Base hit into right field. Down the line, here comes Jackie Bradley. He will score. Pedroia comes through again, and this game is tied. He has been Mr. Clutch the last several weeks.
Watch his swing. I don't know how in the world he makes contact on this swing. Ball inside, and that ball's got to be 4 or 5 inches inside, and somehow Pedroia squibs it down that first base line. I think that even surprised Pedroia.
His second hit, his second RBI tonight. And the Red Sox have fought back to tie it up. And Girardi is out there for a pitching change. And a brand new ball game. 2 down in the 7th. Tied at 4, and we'll have more in a moment. It's on sale right now. Get yours at no risk with full refund for any game not played. Visit aceticket.com. More details to secure your Sox tickets right now. Red Sox have tied it 4-4 here in the 7th inning. Xander Bogaerts the batter with Pedroia now with 74 RBIs. And there's a shot to right field for a base hit. The 3rd hit of the game for Xander Bogaerts, and the Red Sox have the go-ahead run now to second base, and David Ortiz marching up.
You know, that's twice tonight now that we've seen Bogaerts go that way, and that looks more like Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, so does the multi-hit game, right? 3 for 4.
Yep.
2 singles and a double. So far a tough night for David. He has flied out, popped up, and struck out. But a chance to do some damage with 2 men on and 2 men out in a 4-4 game. He has driven in 13 runs during the 11-game win streak. And Parker tried to hold up the appeal, and that's a swing and a miss, said Honora.
Starts him off with a curveball. David did not think that he swung on this pitch. Let's take a look from the side. Yeah, I think he did.
Two down, 2 on. And the 0-1 from the righty. Massive cut and a miss, and the count 0-2.
Change up. He's throwing him a curveball, and now the split finger change.
Pedroia at second, Bogaerts at first, and 2 runs in to tie it. One ball and 2 strikes.
See David shaking his head. Yes, now I've seen the splitter. I've seen it. And that time it started out as a strike at the knees, but dipped out of the strike zone. And Ortiz kind of shakes his head after, like, yeah, now I got it.
Now Parker will step off here with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Go ahead run at second. Here's the 1-2. Rattle foul. Just got a piece of that.
Yeah, he's not seen a fastball yet. He's seen 2 curveballs and 2 splitters.
They can celebrate David Ortiz with the 47 limited edition final season collection. Visit 47 on Facebook to see how you can meet Big Papi and win a 47 prize pack. David has been such a key figure in this rivalry since 2003. He has been a Yankee nemesis ever since. And he asked for time, and he gets it from Kellogg. The inning began with a pinch hit home run by Aaron Hill. Jackie Bradley with a base hit. Dustin Pedroia drove him in with a base hit. Xander Bogaerts just singled. 2 down on the 1-2 to Big Papi. Ground ball to the shortstop. Throw on target in time to get David and retire the side. So the Red Sox get 2, and they have knotted the score here in the 7th inning at Yankee Stadium. Red Sox 4 and the Yankees 4. Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Plain Ridge Park Casino, the official sponsor of Winning. And by the Massachusetts Highway Safety Division. Be alert and slow down in work zones. Red Sox have tied this game 4-4 as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Hill stays in after hitting the pinch hit homer. He takes over at third base. David Price's pitching line is brought to you by A's Tickets. 6 innings, 9 hits, and 4 earned runs. So it's been up and down certainly tonight. Gave up a 2-run homer in the first inning. Another home run in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure that we were going to see him in the 7th inning tonight. He's had to work really hard in this ball game tonight without his best stuff. But he's back out there for the 7th.
And the Sox have just battled from behind to tie the score. He's about to take on Romine, Austin, and Gardner here in the 7th inning. That'll be 8-9 and 1. Pedroia coming through again with an RBI single.
I get a kick out of that single because, you know, there's sometimes you get hits and you have no idea how you got that base hit. And that's one for Pedroia right there down the first baseline.
I think you're right, because we caught a glimpse of him with a smile on his face, a smile of wonder once he got to the bag. Sox fans looking at the best seats to the biggest games. Check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace at RedSoxReplay.com. It's the best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game.
Well, let's go back to the top of the 7th inning. Aaron Hill pinch hitting for Brock Holt. Home run on a breaking ball down and in. And then Pedroia. I don't know how I hit it, Pedroia. Right down the first baseline. They were playing him well off the first base bag. Jackie Bradley scores. Ties the ball game. This is good stuff.
Romine to get in. He's been doubled up 6-4-3. He's also singled. It's a even at 9. And starting to get late here at Yankee Stadium. Brad Ziegler up in the bullpen and beginning to loosen for the Red Sox. Toronto in the bottom of the 7th, leading Baltimore 5-1. So tonight it may take a win in order for the Red Sox to clinch the division. Fouled away. Austin on deck. David Price tonight seeking his 9th consecutive win. Has not lost since the 7th of August. That was at Dodger Stadium. And the 0-2 pitch to Romine. How many strikeouts for the left-hander so far tonight? And he just missed there. Only struck out 2 men. And yet a strikeout right here would tie John Lester at 225. Most strikeouts by a lefty in a Red Sox season. So he goes to 2-2. Price was not sharp in his last start against the Yankees. 5 runs, 9 hits in 6 innings, but the Red Sox did rally to win that game. And they've rallied again tonight to tie it. And a high chop foul. Sox trying to win for the 12th consecutive time and push their record to 93-64. 5 games remaining after tonight. And they would love that last 3-game series at Fenway against Toronto to be nothing more than a David Ortiz celebration for 3 days. Those games could still be very, very meaningful for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's not like he can lay up and rest people.
Yeah, it's when it happens, it's going to be a tough thing to manage the rest of the way out. And you've got to keep in mind that they're going to have 3 days off before the playoffs start.
2-2, and that one lobbed into left field for a base hit down the line. Benintendi has to give chase. Second hit of the night for Romine, and he is on to begin the 7th. Price has had a lot of trouble tonight managing a shutdown inning, hasn't he?
And he's had a lot of trouble with the bottom of the lineup. There's 2 hits now for Romine. Austin, who's coming up, has 2 hits off him. But as I said to start the 7th, I was a little bit surprised he came back out, only because this has not been a walk in the park for him tonight. It's been a real struggle for him.
You got a right-hand batter up there. Ziegler not entering the ball game, and then you got Gardner, a lefty, coming up. And then Ellsbury, another lefty. Romine on. Austin's giving him trouble. He's 2 for 2 off him. Pops that one up down the line. Is it catchable? Hanley giving chase, still going after it. Can't reach it. I thought maybe this would be the point in the game that John Farrell would go for Ziegler.
Yeah, it seems odd, a little bit odd, that Ziegler is loosening, and you'd have to think, because he doesn't like him facing left-handed hitters, so you'd have to think he's thinking about Sanchez, the number 3 hitter.
Although he's 3 batters after this guy.
Right, exactly.
Who's 2 for 2 against him. Romine getting his lead, and the 0-1 right past him at 93.
That's a pretty good fastball right there as he zipped it inside and tied up Austin with the 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Now the pace of the Toronto-Baltimore game has sped up. They're in the top of the 8th, so they've gone past this one. 5-1 Blue Jays. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball right field, well hit. Backing up Betts. Back it goes. She's gone. Austin drops one into the stands for a 2-run homer, and the Yankees are back in the lead here, 6-4. Well, you can't say it was a second guess.
No.
So it's the 3rd home run allowed by Price tonight.
Let's take a look at the pitch where it is. It's a fastball, middle of the plate, and a bit of an inside-out swing. But it doesn't take that much here at Yankee Stadium to get it out there in right field.
And the Yankees back in front. Been quite a struggle for Price against the Yankees again tonight. And Gardner, the batter. Twice he has dropped down a sacrifice bunt. He's also struck out. And he waves and misses for strike 1. Well, I think we really both thought it, Jerry, that the time to take him out of the ball game would be facing Austin. With the lefties coming up, Ziegler warming up. You know he doesn't like Ziegler against left-handers. And Austin had hit him well tonight, and now is 3 for 3. That is in there for a called strike.
I'll take it a step a little bit earlier than that. I just didn't think he was coming out for the 7th.
Romine started the inning with a base hit. Austin dropping that 4th home run of his season into the right field seats. Ellsbury on deck. That's 11 hits now for the Yankees tonight off of Price. And there's number 12. So the first 3 Yankees all have hits in this inning. Let's see if John Farrell is out to get him here. With Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. And does not appear to have that intention. Ellsbury has a couple of hits, and he does hit Price quite well. 2 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up.
Good numbers coming into the game against Price, and he's added to those numbers tonight with the 2 for 3 night.
And Ross starting to throw alongside with Brad Ziegler in that bullpen. So the Red Sox 11-game winning streak is in serious jeopardy here in the 7th inning. A looper caught out of the air by Bogarts. Man, that'll be out number 1. And now John coming out of the dugout to get Price. With Sanchez coming up, he'll bring on Ziegler. But another rough outing against the Yankees for the left-hander David Price, giving up 6 runs, 3 homers, and a dozen hits. We'll take the break and be back with more at Yankee Stadium in just a moment. Highway Safety Division. Distracted driving and speeding are leading causes of crashes, especially in work zones. Whenever you see orange cones in the road, be alert, slow down. The people who work there and their families will thank you. So once again, the Red Sox are looking up at the Yankees tonight, 6-4 New York. Ziegler coming out of the bullpen to take on Sanchez, a powerful rookie who has already blasted a 2-run homer. He has walked and he's hit into a double play tonight. Tyler Austin crunching a 2-run homer moments ago against Price, who just didn't really have it tonight. Ziegler, appearance number 30, tiny ERA at 1.38.
Gardner may be running at first base.
Holding at the moment, ground ball behind third, foul.
And the reason I say that is because obviously Gardner is a base stealer. 16 on the season, caught 4 times, but you got a single ball pitcher in there too, and you want to try to stay away from a double play. So I would expect him to run.
Red Sox have turned 3 double plays tonight. Sanchez hit into one of them in the 5th inning. That one went 5-4-3. It is 20th home run back in the 1st inning. Ground ball. Pedroia snatches that to Bogarts across the bag. Got the out onto first and another double play. 4-6-3 to get out of the inning, but we move on to the 8th inning, and the Red Sox are behind the Yankees here 6-4. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. 8th inning, 6-4 New York. And a home run moments ago by first baseman Tyler Austin, just getting into the right field seats off of David Price. That's the difference in the game. 3 home runs for the Yankees tonight. Mookie Betts leading off the 8th inning. He has gone 0 for 3, but drove in a run with an RBI ground out in the 6th inning. And then Hanley Ramirez, followed by Aaron Hill, who has belted a home run coming off the bench. And Parker with the 0-1. Mookie has yet to reach base tonight. Right now he has a string of reaching base in 38 consecutive road games. It's the longest on base streak on the road by a Red Sox hitter since Wade Boggs got on 44 straight games in 1987. In for a called strike. Red Sox fell behind 2-0 in the first inning. Tied it with a couple of runs in the 6th inning. Fell behind. And then tied it again. And now they are trailing again. Chopped on the infield. Castro, the second baseman, sets him down. Let's check out what events are coming up at Foxwoods Resort Casino September 30th and October 1st. Mary J. Blige, Il Divo October 7th, and Anthony Bourdain on October 8th. One gone for Hanley. Ramirez is flied out to left to center, and he has struck out tonight. Red Sox with an 11-game winning streak, which is in very serious jeopardy here in the 8th inning on a night where they are hoping to clinch the American League East. But in the 9th inning, Toronto's on top of Baltimore 5-1. And the Red Sox trailing here 6-4. If the scores would hold up, Toronto would gain a game and would be 5 back with 5 to play. Here's the 1-0. Drilled in there for a strike. Attendance tonight 35,161 at Yankee Stadium. It was a pretty intimate gathering when the game got underway. Bunch of fans finally got here. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Hanley back on the 15th of September, crushing that 3-run homer against the Yankees in the 9th inning. The walk-off shot, one of the most dramatic moments of the season, and that started the 11-game winning streak. Here comes the 2-1. Foul back. The David Ortiz era, presented by Foxwoods Resort Casino, will premiere at the 2nd annual Globe Docs Film Festival tomorrow night at 7 at Fenway. For tickets, go to globe.com/Ortiz. You can also catch the debut on NESN tomorrow night after the Red Sox Yankees game. Bases empty, 1 down. Top half of the 8th. And a 2-2 to Hanley Ramirez. Fouled out of play. Luis Sessa, their young starter, went the first 6. No decision for him. He gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Price out of the game after 6 1/3, 6 runs, 12 hits. And right now, Price would take the loss. And a 2-2 from the right-hander, Blake Parker. Three and two.
Tried that split-fingered fastball again. That seems to be his go-to pitch. Remember when David Ortiz was at the plate as we look at Tazawa loosening up. David didn't see a fastball in that whole at bat. Well, I saw 1 fastball. Everything else was curveballs and splitters.
All filled up now on Hanley. 1 home run shy of 30.
Looks like he's going to throw another splitter.
And instead he walks him. So Ramirez is on with 1 down. Hill was in the on-deck circle. He's going to be called back for Travis Shaw.
This might bring a move from Joe Girardi. They got a lefty loosening up down in the bullpen.
Richard Blyer now in their bullpen. And Shaw being announced and heading for home plate. And Girardi to the top step, looking out at his bullpen. And here he comes. So he'll make the move, the counter move, to bring on a left-hander to square off against Shaw. And we have a pitching change here in the 8th inning. Red Sox are down 6-4 to the Yankees, and we'll be back with more here in the Bronx in just a moment. available at Men's Warehouse. TC Dennis Eckersley and Steve Lyons will analyze the fight for home field advantage in the playoffs between the Sox, the Rangers, and the Cleveland Indians. They won their division last night. Red Sox are trailing here 6-4 to the Yankees with one down in the top half of the 8th inning. They dip into the bullpen and bring on Richard Blyer, left-hander who made his major league debut back in May. He's been up and down between the minors and the majors on a couple of occasions, and made his 19th appearance of the season in Monday's win at Toronto. And now John Farrell with a counter move. It's not going to be Sean now. It's going to be Chris Young. He wants the right-handed bat against the lefty here. So a runner at first base and one down, 6-4 Yankees, 8th inning. And the Red Sox looking for another lightning strike. They got one out of Hill coming off the bench in the 7th inning with a home run. Jackie Bradley on deck. And in there for a strike on Young to make it 1-1. The left-hander dealing, and it's chopped to third base, scooped up by Headley. Into second, one on to first, not in time, so they can't turn two. They do get Hanley at second base, and they're two down. Time for a game break. Let's toss it back to the studio. Here's TC. Hi, Tom. Thank you very much. It's that simple. Red Sox need another rally here tonight. Jackie Bradley has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. He's also taken ball 4. And he scored a run in the 7th when the Red Sox got a pair to tie it up. He looks at ball 1. Jackie with a couple of home runs this year against the Yankees, hitting .360 against them coming into play tonight. And the 1-0. He takes a strike.
One thing on Jackie's mind right now is trying to find something from the middle of the plate in that he can pull out of this ballpark. Try to tie the score.
26 home runs for the All-Star center fielder. Red Sox have won 11 of their 16 meetings with the Yankees, and in the 4-game sweep at Fenway, the Red Sox scored 11 times in the 7th inning or later. Came back regularly. Called strike to make it 1-2.
Now the breaking ball certainly comes into play against Jackie Bradley with 2 strikes on him.
Two down, Young edging off first base. And a 1-2, and he gets him. He struck him out to retire the side. No runs, one man left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees lead the Sox 6-4. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox down here 6-4 as we go to the last half of the 8th inning. Devin Marrero now in the ballgame at third. And it becomes the third baseman tonight. And he gets action right away, and a ground ball hooked by Castro for a fast out.
That's probably going to be it for Ziegler.
Yep, here comes John Farrell. Chase Headley coming up. And it'll be Robbie Ross Jr. coming out of the bullpen. The next man to the hill. Ziegler got a key double play by Sanchez in the 7th inning to limit any more damage there, although they did get a 2-run homer from Austin, and that's the difference in the game. We'll take the break as well. The lefty coming in, 6-4 Yankees in the 8th inning. The Red Sox trailing in this one 6-4. Price went 6 1/3. He gave up 12 hits and 6 earned runs. Not his night. Sanchez homered right away in the first inning off him. Austin hit one that has put them in the lead. Just his 4th of the year. He's 3 for 3. John Farrell goes to the bullpen now. Bring on Robbie Ross to take on Chase Headley, who's gone 0 for 3. Bases are empty, 1 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. When we go to the 9th, the Red Sox will have due up Leon, Benintendi, and Pedroia. And the first one across for a called strike on Headley. 252 with 14 home runs. Line shot knocked down by Bogaerts. He gathers, throws, he skipped it, and knocked down by Ramirez. So safe at first base is Chase Headley.
Xander got absolutely nothing on that throw to first base. It's almost like he threw a changeup over there.
They will charge an error on Bogaerts, unable to catch it cleanly.
Yeah, right off the heel of the glove, but then he still has time to throw to first base, but does not make a very strong throw at all.
And Headley is not fleet of foot. He had time to make a better throw. So an error, and they have a base runner for Gregorius, who has been difficult on the Red Sox tonight. He's 2 for 3 and bloops a base hit into left field. Headley to second and applying the brakes there. So 3rd hit tonight for Gregorius.
And his other out was a line drive to first base.
He is 3 for 4 this evening and hitting in front of Hicks now, who is a home run threat. 0 for 3 tonight. That is 13 Yankee hits. As TC told you, Toronto's already won. They beat Baltimore 5-1. So the Red Sox are going to have to rally to win if they want to clinch the division tonight. Tyler Clippard getting going in the bullpen for New York. So it's Headley at second and Gregorius at first. One man away. And ball one on the right hand hitting Hicks. Red Sox started this 11-game winning streak against the Yankees. The Yankees are threatening to snap it here in the Bronx tonight. Lined into left, Benintendi there to make the catch, and that'll be the second out in the 8th. 2 down, and Romine, a scheduled batter. Lexus is making a pledge to strikeout hunger for every K by a Red Sox pitcher. Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Romine is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He's also hit into a double play. Tomorrow night, 7:05, Clay Buchholz against the right-hander Brian Mitchell. Middle game of the series. Two Yankees on, Headley and Gregorius. And Ross with a 1-0. 93 right through there for a strike.
Well, it's been a bottom of the order that's done a lot of damage tonight for the Yankees. Romine, couple of hits. Austin, big night, 3 hits, including the home run.
And the 1-1. Toward the middle, here comes Bogarts. Out of the glove, in time to get him at second base. Pedroia right there to touch the bag for out number 3. So we go on to the 9th inning here in the Bronx with the Yankees in the lead 6-4.
And Austin with a 2-run home run to the opposite field, the inside-out swing, and at Yankee Stadium, it doesn't take very much to get out. His 4th home run of the season, but 2 big runs for the Yankees in the 7th.
Old Dominion helping the world keep promises. Red Sox trying to rally and clinch the AL East here tonight, but they're down by 2, and Tyler Clippard is coming out of their bullpen. A right-hander, 26 appearances since he joined the Yankees. He has a .278 ERA. First man in will be Sandy Leon. Sandy's gone 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. then Benintendi, and then Pedroia. Trying to come from behind tonight here in the Bronx. Here in the 9th inning. And he'll take ball 1. Ronald Torre has taken over at second base. He's in for Castro. And a 1-0. Sandy has certainly been slumping, trying to battle his way back. Get that swing back in good working order. He is 1 for 20 on this road trip. And he gets a time here from Jeff Kellogg. Yankees about hit the Sox tonight, 13-9. In there for a strike.
2-0 changeup right there with a 2-run lead here in the 9th inning to get the strike. A little surprising. I expected the fastball in that situation.
Anthony Swarzak, right-hander in their pen. 2-2.
Is the fastball up in the zone at 92 miles an hour.
Torres in a shift into shallow right field, and the 2-2 got a piece of it. These two are teammates together for a spell with the Washington Nationals. The 2-2, and he struck him out. Leon fans one away in the 9th.
Back to the off-speed pitch that time to pick up the strikeout. Leon had one good fastball to work on, and that at bat, and that was it.
The big hit in this game, certainly the home run, the 2-run shot by Tyler Austin to untie the game in the 7th inning off of David Price. Price allowed 3 home runs. Benintendi is gone 1 for 3 with a single. Dustin Pedroia on deck. Still a chance here for the Sox. They got no help from Toronto as the Blue Jays won 5-1 over Baltimore. Roped and fair down the line. Headed for the corner to the 314 mark. Benintendi into second base with a stand-up double, his second hit tonight.
Now, the last time he got a hit, the Red Sox were able to get 2 runs in the inning. That was that little dribbler up the first baseline. This time he gets the changeup away and he hooks it a topspin line drive down into the right field corner. So the potential tying run comes to the plate for the Red Sox here in the 9th.
In the person of Dustin Pedroia, last 2 times up he's driven in a run with a base hit, 2 for 4. And now 197 hits, closing in on 200 for the second time in his career. Xander Bogaerts on deck, 1 down, and a runner at second. The double by Benintendi, the Red Sox 10th hit tonight. And Clippard comes set. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Sox have won 11 straight. Can they rally here in the 9th inning to not only make it 12 in a row, but win the AL East tonight? The 2-0. High fly down the right field line. That one sinks foul off into the stands. 2-1.
So many off-speed pitches from Clippard that fastball was Pedroia a little bit late on it.
In the heart of the lineup, it's been a pretty quiet night for John Farrell's Red Sox. David Ortiz hitless, so is Mookie Betts, so is Hanley Ramirez.
But they'd love to give those guys another shot.
It's exactly what Pedroia has in mind here. Here comes the 2-1 from Clippard. And it'll be ball 3. That barely missed if it did. Kellogg said no.
And a few of those tonight at the bottom of the strike zone that have not gone the pitcher's way.
The 3-1 to Dustin Pedroia. Just got a piece of it and flicked it foul.
And tricked him that time through the changeup on the 3-1 count. And Pedroia out in front of it. That reminds me a little of the foul ball that he hit down in Tampa Bay. Remember that? Just keeping your bat alive.
A great at bat.
Yep.
It wound up with a grand slam. One of the best at bats all season. Benintendi off second base, 1 down. Here comes the 3-2. And he walks him. So the Sox have a pulse here. First and second, 1 down, and Xander Bogaerts coming up. Dustin Pedroia reaching base for the 3rd time tonight. And Ortiz lurking right behind Xander. Been a very good night at the plate for Xander Bogaerts. He has singled twice. He has doubled. He's 3 for 4.
2 of the hits going to the opposite field.
Xander with 20 home runs. Look at his numbers against Clipper. Not much of a sample, but 2 for 5. And a high pop up. The shortstop Gregorius coming in on it. Infield fly in effect, and he makes the play for out number 2. So now comes David Ortiz with 2 down in the 9th, and the Red Sox trailing by 2 runs. David is 0 for 4 tonight. He has flied to center, popped to second, struck out, and grounded out to short. He's been a bit frustrated, but he does have 2 men on and 2 men out. So the tying runs are on here in the top of the 9th. First one is in there for a strike. He did not get a fastball.
It's the cut fastball right on the outside part of the plate.
Clippard with the 0-1. Just a bit low to even up the count. 1-1.
So if you're a pitcher, you got to keep everything away from Ortiz, in my opinion, because if he's going to beat you, he's going to have to beat you to center field or the opposite field, not by pulling the ball into the short porch in right field.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Seen a lot of that tonight. A lot of breaking pitches.
2 down, and now David will ask for time and get it from Jeff Kellogg. And here comes Romine.
Yeah, he wasn't sure what he was going to put down there, and he wants to make sure he's on the same page here with Clippard. What does Clippard want to throw in this situation?
Benintendi at second, Pedroia at first. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
Fastball up and away again. He's going to beat me. He's going to beat me to the opposite field.
Tough for Yankee fans to watch when it's Big Papi. The 2-2 bounced it up there. That fills up the count. And now Romine out there again for another conversation. Sox trying to rally in the 9th inning. 6-4 Yankees. Red Sox executives hoping tonight is the night. Here comes the 3-2 to David. Not tonight. David Ortiz strikes out, and that's the ball game, and that is also the end of the Red Sox 11-game winning streak. It started against the Yankees on the 15th of September, and it ends here tonight. So TC, there's your final 6-4 Yankees, and the Red Sox will try again to clinch tomorrow night.